last New Year's, I'm
Right.
dating this chick, one of the coldest chicks I've dated. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And throughout us dating, she was complaining a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, about a few different things. And I'm cool with that. Like I understand people need to vent, people need to get things off their chest. And the person you dating or your partner, whatever it is, they need to be there for you through that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but at the same time, I'm a problem solver just naturally. So if it's something that's going on, I naturally just want to help. I want to solve that problem. So she had like a lot of different problems. Though. It was a lot of
the
them,
baddest
bro.
bitches have the most problems.
It was a lot of problems, bro. So I'm like, damn, I was willing to deal with those problems.
That ass was bad.
I'm telling her, like, you know, like, and it was something that shit was simple, like, oh, you know, my people borrow my car and I let them use it and they running up tickets on it and they not paying them and I might get a boot up. I'm like, hey, look, all right, we should go get the car back. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no thing. Like, so it's just all these different things she had, and a lot of it was just very simple solutions. Mm-hmm. Some of it wasn't so much, but I was making myself very available. I was offering a lot of solutions.
Be a good episode.
She didn't want them. Mm-hmm. She didn't want the solutions. But she kept bringing up the same things every single day. And after a while, it went from like, okay, I'm cool with you venting about this to like, if you don't really want to solve these problems, I kind of don't want to hear this shit.
Yeah.
Not all of them, at least. So, of course, I wouldn't say nothing like that, right? Until New Year's Eve, we go out to dinner. I get a couple drinks in me. She bring up one of these very simple problems that she always bring up. And I asked, I'm like, man, do you want to solve these problems or do you just like the attention that come with chaos in your life? And that was pretty much the last time I heard from her. And that don't have shit to do with what we actually talking about today. But I thought it was a cool New Year's story.
If you lazy, you waking up at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon and shit like that,
Popping bottles,
you're setting the tone for everybody because you're the leader.
popping pills,
That's just what comes with being a man.
popping bitch ass niggas.
I don't want nobody making decisions over my life except me. Not a woman, not a judge, not an officer, not no motherfucker body.
When them bullets hit him up, look like son had a seizure. Run out, give it up, you know the procedure. I be sipping Jack and honey.
I don't think nothing can make me feel like a man. I don't think nothing can make me not feel like a man.
Chains on my collar.
You can't take the benefits of being a man without the responsibilities.
Give you niggas head on, got it.
No, because it got something to do. Because I heard some people pleasing in there. So we'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it is going to be a good episode. Welcome back to Roses I Did. I'm still Terry Roseland.
And I am still Jones.
What's going on today, man? How's your week? My week
man.
was crazy.
Huh?
My week was crazy.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, the New Year's falling on a Wednesday. It don't feel like Thursday. Wait, what's the day?
It's been Sunday every day.
That shit was yesterday.
Yeah, shit was yesterday.
God damn, it don't feel like it.
It's been Sunday for like 12 days straight.
Yeah, so from Monday to now, man, I'm still adjusting. Low key, I've been behaving as it's been the new year, but to me, like in my mind, that shit's gonna start on Monday for real.
Bro, motherfucker hit me like, you working today? I'm like, nigga, I don't know. Like, I'm not really sure. But highs and lows for the week. You want to go first?
Highs and lows. Let me see. What's some highs? You know what? The high, I got a high and it just happened maybe a couple hours ago, and that shit just made my whole week. It probably gonna make my next week too. Nigga, I come to the crib and I come home from the gym and Trey, he like, come here, I want to show you something. I'm like, all right, bet. She's like, wait, close your eyes. So he guided me and shit. I'm thinking I'm thinking it's gonna be some silly shit or whatever the case may be. He plays so fucking much. I was low key kind of blue that I had to close. I just expected it was gonna be something stupid. Right. But nigga, I opened my eyes and it was this giant fucking blanket and it had pictures of me and him on it. Like from when he was a baby, from like a couple years ago. And the shit, man, it was just so fucking dope. It was actually, You cried? I was so close. A little bit.
Cried.
A little bit.
That's
I did
cool.
cry. But now, Nah, it was just so dope. That was his actually Christmas gift to me. It had just like took forever or whatever the case may be. But he actually asked me. He was like, "You cool if your gift come?" I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "You gonna get this later?" Like, bro, we're men. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
shit could come 2 weeks from now. I'm gonna be grateful.
Yeah.
But nah, it was fucking fire, man. I low key want to show the camera. Okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. It was just a blanket, and it was just hella pictures of us. And the shit was, the quality on it is crazy. You probably can't tell from there, but.
You got a damn mohawk, boy.
You saw that shit? I meant to cut it off.
Freaky ass boy. I had a mohawk.
But nah, so I got that shit, and it was just dope as hell. And ironically, I had a gift for him that came late, and I was actually finna come in the house and surprise him. I bought him an iPad, and I'm like, damn, I got a gift for you too. So that made my week.
For sure. For me, highs for the week. I invested in some Bitcoin today.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? I invested in Bitcoin. I invested in VOO, and I had some extra investment money that I didn't know that I had, and I put that in Bitcoin too. So
I actually forgot to mention MicroStrategy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna fuck with it though.
Really?
Nah, I'm gonna just do Bitcoin is kind of like my riskier one, and then VOO is like a savings account.
Yeah.
You know
and I'll mention my plans when we get into the laws and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
My low for the week, bruh. I saw this shit, Iron Claw, bro. You ever seen that shit, bro?
Mm-mm.
Bro, it's the saddest movie I ever seen. It's my first time ever feeling sorry for white people in my life. So fucking sad, bro. It's a movie about this family of wrestlers, professional wrestlers, WWE type shit.
Yeah.
But it's like the father was wrestling like the 40s or something, like not the 40s, but like the 60s or some shit. He's had 6 sons total in real life. The movie mentions 5 of the 6 sons, but when the movie starts, the oldest son was already dead. He died when he was 6. But when the movie takes place, these kids are all grown. They all in their 20s. But you know, the oldest son technically died at 6 before. All right. So anyway, as the movie progresses, they all want to be professional wrestlers like their father, except for one. One of them wants to be a musician. The father is on some like, nigga, get that shit the fuck out of here. You gonna put some muscle on and do this family business shit, or you can get the fuck out of here, right? So, another one, the second oldest son that was alive, the second oldest son was away at college. He's finna go to the Olympics. The Olympics got canceled that year. He ended up coming back home. The father pushed him into wrestling as well, and
he wasn't going to the Olympics as a wrestler.
He was going as like some track and field shit.
Okay.
So everybody's home. Everybody's wrestling. They want to fight for the world title, and they wasn't getting a shot. The oldest kid was like the best at the time. He wasn't getting a shot. But when Olympian come home, he kind of that nigga. He cold. He nice. And they had another one that wasn't the most athletic, but he was just entertaining. So they ended up picking him for the shot. He goes against Ric Flair. Well, he goes on a world tour for 6 months to build up the hype for him to go against Ric Flair. And he ends up overdosing and dying right before, like in Japan, like right before the fight. Damn. Whatever the case may be. This is a true story, right? Overdoses, he dies. Moving forward, they want the youngest son, well, the son that's in the music, the father at that point, that's when he forced him into wrestling when the other son died. Forced him into wrestling. He is kicking ass, ends up injuring his shoulder. It was a routine shoulder surgery, but they missed like a blood clot or something like that. He ends up in a coma. He wakes up from the coma. He's mentally off, physically not the same. And he's like, bro, I'm not my brother. I don't want to do this shit. I never want to do this shit. Ends up taking a bunch of pills, commits suicide. So that's 2 brothers gone. And then the last brother, the one who came home from college, he ends up, when the brother died right before fighting Ric Flair, they did a tribute match where they was like, okay, we're going to let your brother fight for the title. He ends up winning the real title, beating Ric Flair, and then goes on a motorcycle ride on some like, oh, we finally got the world title in the family, because the father never got a shot at it. Yeah. So he was like on their ass, like, one of y'all gonna be the fucking heavyweight champion of the world, goddamn it. So they finally get the title in the family. They lit. Brother go on a motorcycle ride, end up getting into an accident where he loses his foot. Right? So he loses his foot. I'm talking about his foot's amputated, it's gone. He started wrestling again on one leg. Was doing it, and then he just suddenly kind of got depressed, crashed out, didn't have nobody. and he commits suicide. He goes home and goes to his father's house and commits suicide in their front yard, right? So it's like one brother left.
Yeah.
The end of the movie, the one brother that's left, he talking to his sons, and he had his sons out playing football. And it's kind of like, that's how the movie started when he was little with his brothers. And he started crying and shit. And they, the sons like, man, why you crying? And he like, man, y'all shouldn't see me like this. Men don't cry. And the two little boys, and that's what his father used to always say too. Like, man, don't cry. They had funerals and shit. For all these niggas didn't die, they done went to hella funerals. He like, y'all motherfuckers better not cry. I don't want to see no motherfucking tears.
Damn.
Take them sunglasses off. Don't hide. Men don't cry. Da da da. And he was talking to his sons, and he like, yeah, men don't cry. He was like, his sons was like, what you mean? Men do cry. We cry all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can cry, it's cool. Like, and he was like, hey, like, what you crying for? He was like, I remember when I used to be a brother, but I'm not a brother no more. I don't have no more brothers left. And his kids was like, we'll be your brothers. You know what I'm saying? It was just the saddest shit ever. End up looking it up in real life. There was a sixth son who also killed himself at 21. That shouldn't even make the movie. Like, but the reason why this shit was so sad, bro, is because what I took from that shit is toxic masculinity will kill niggas. Like, I felt like all of them niggas died chasing their father approval, but his idea of masculinity was so like strict and rigid. And the shit we talk about, like, you can't cry, you can't feel nothing, you can't do. So it's like when you're not hitting the level you supposed to hit, or you're not living up to this approval, you feel like you don't got shit to live for. You feel like you're not even a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how they always crashing out. They always on some just like, they couldn't see their life going no other way. They getting into it like, oh, you think I'm finna quit wrestling? You can have all daddy approval? Fuck no, fuck that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so fucked up, bro. It's like they had no room. Anytime a nigga got emotional in that family, they killed themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Like, that movie was some of the saddest shit I ever seen, bro. But to this day, the one that survived, he's still alive. He had him and his wife stayed together, been together 40 years. They had 4 kids, 13 grandkids. That nigga bought a ranch, and he like, they all stay with him. Yeah. He like, everybody staying with me.
Say the fuck away from my daddy.
The father ended up dying in like 97 from cancer, like a couple years after the last one committed suicide. Maybe about 4 years after the last one committed suicide, the father ended up dying from cancer. But
that's some sad shit.
It's a great movie though, bro. It's sad as fuck, but it was some moments in that movie I'm like, their father, like, he just don't get it. And it's almost like, I was talking to somebody about it on Facebook, and they was like, yeah, I semi-blame him. It seemed like he just wanted the best for his kids. And I'm like, he wanted the best for himself through his kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that son that wanted to do music and shit, which it's the fucking 70s. He might have felt like that was some soft-ass hippie shit or something like that, how he felt about it. But it's like, if you want what's best for your kids, you would have let them be themselves. You know what I'm saying?
That wasn't a thing back in the day. Like, letting kids have their own life, choose their own path. It was like the parents pretty much, pointed you in a direction that you gonna go if you gonna live in my house type shit.
Yeah. It was just the movie was just like a real lesson as a father. I'm like, damn, we damn near should do like I probably should say that we did like a movie review, because I feel like that shit really relate to this podcast and what we talk about. It was deep, bro. It was deep.
We'll check it out.
Their father was fucked up though.
What's the name of it?
It's called Iron Claw.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, I think I watched it on Max.
True.
I think I watched it on Max. That shit was good though. And it was a true story. All that shit was
Nigga said this is the first time I felt sorry for white people.
I wasn't even tripping off the never mind.
Don't mess this up.
I ain't gonna go there. You already done did the fucking all hell shit. We ain't gonna do that.
No.
Anyway, what else is going on?
The news.
That was actually my news.
That was your news?
Yeah, that was my news.
Okay, cool.
I don't really have no real lows for the week. New Year's ain't go the way we wanted it.
Yeah, that shit was fool as hell. Did I get we didn't get the money back yet. Terrorists act in was it New Orleans, right?
Yeah, that was fucked up.
With that, we were talking about it earlier. It's alarming how a moment like that can be happening, and people's instincts is, ooh, let me get this on camera.
Yeah.
Like your instinct tells you that. Not run. Not a nigga just, he's hopping out shooting, not somebody, people getting ran over. Instinctively, men, ooh, let me record.
Yeah.
That's alarming. How do you protect women like that? With that type of mindset.
You can't even protect yourself.
You can't protect yourself. You can't protect, the people around you. Just, you want to record.
It's just crazy how thirsty we are for our moment. Like, niggas is really ready to risk their life And it just goes against self-preservation. To see somebody getting ran over, you see bodies flying, and you recording this shit. Then a nigga hop out with a gun, and you like, damn, this shit crazy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, G?
And bro sounded very enthusiastic about it too.
Like it was fake.
Oh
like it was a movie or
shit!
something.
Look at this. But men didn't used to be like that. One of my favorite parts about the movie 300 is the strategy behind like why they were so strong is because they depended on the man next to them. Like the way that they gathered together and they shields, like your shield is protecting me, my shield is protecting him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you say what? That a neck?
Yeah.
Like with that strategy, like they damn near couldn't lose type shit. That's why they fought for so long.
Yeah.
And yeah, we don't have that shit nowadays.
I was having a conversation with a young lady about something similar about people recording crimes. People, it was a Venezuelan guy in New York on a train had set a homeless woman on fire. Like he was sitting next to her trying to light. She had papers and shit covering her. He set it on fire and he sat there and watched her burn.
Yeah.
And other people watched him set her on. Like nobody stopped it. And the thing I hate about it is that like it's like I can't blame people for not, even men for not interjecting in certain things at certain moments just because you got a family to get home to too. I would hate for it to be a situation where my son's growing up without a father because I wanted to help a stranger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in that moment, you're not thinking about that. You're just like, you're doing what you can. But everything don't gotta be like you jumping on some tough shit and you knocking a nigga out. It could be like, hey, bro, I'm pretty sure if somebody was to say like, nigga, stop, what the fuck is you doing?
Right.
He probably would have stopped. Like, you know what I'm saying? I also hate that people assume a level of danger that they don't see. You know, like when we had made the post about the guy who was at the concert with his girl, somebody smacked his girl on the ass. He didn't do shit and he blamed the girl for it later on. People was in those comments saying like, what if he would have had a gun? Or what if this? Or what if that? The fuck you mean? Like why would you assume a threat that's not actually present? Like if nigga pull out a gun and yeah, chill the fuck out, you got it. But until then, like nigga, you should be doing you should be protecting yourself and the people around you until then. I just hate where we are right now with that type of shit. It sucks.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think people should be charged.
Wait. That's why. Go ahead.
I think you should be charged for negligence if somebody die and you was recording instead of calling the police. Because if you got a phone in your hand, like if somebody's getting set on fire or some shit and you sitting there recording that shit and you could have called the police, I think you should get charged for negligence.
I'm not against
get
that.
some time for that shit.
Not against
That's
that.
fucking crazy.
And also in that situation, it wasn't like, let's just say a motherfucker started shooting. Whatever, he shot her or whatever case may be. I'm not gonna interject. You know what I'm saying? Especially like I get it, but he was setting her on fire. You could have like came up and tried like, and then he just sat down and watched. Like, he wasn't a threat for real.
Yeah, and the nigga didn't have no gasoline or no shit like that. He just set the paper on fire.
You could have. I would no lie. I would have took my jacket off. I'd have been trying to fan. I would have tried to do something.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. It's wild. It's wild out here. Let's get to the actual topic of the day, man. Today, we're actually talking about the things that we need going into the new year. So, me and Jones have both came up with 5 things that are our laws for the new year for ourselves. And for you, they're just suggestions. But you could choose to pick up with them or not. But it's just things that we feel like. And my thing is just specifically, some of them is for all men, but some of them are specifically for single men. Ways that we need to be moving to improve ourselves, to get what we want out of life, and stop dealing with some of the bullshit that's going on in the dating market, and with even whether it be the dating market, baby mamas, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to go first or you want me to go?
How we gonna do it? Like, we're gonna go 1 through 5 or
Yeah,
1,
1
1, 2, 2, 1 through 5?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll go first. All right, so law 1, business first, pleasure last. And last year I found myself putting, in some situations, I was putting pleasure first. Give you an example. Let's just say I had some responsibilities to do, but I went outside. You know what I'm saying? I went to go kick it, whatever the case may be. Let's just, hell, it could have been a date. Like, let's just say I was supposed to do some things that was going to put me in a better position overall, and I chose to have fun. And pleasure can also mean comfortability. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely, like, when I say pleasure, don't categorize it as, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, like just sexual. You know, because when I hear pleasure, that's what I thought. But pleasure can be you being comfortable, you choosing the easier path. Like the resistance is like business first is usually resistance there. I don't always feel like handling business. Let's just say if my goal is to apply for 10 engineering roles, right? Yeah. That's business first. But pleasure would be I'll do 4 or 5, and then I'm gonna go scroll Instagram. You know, I do 4 or 5, I fatigue out or whatever case, maybe get distracted, and I leave the house to go run an errand or something like that. So my law for this year is in all aspects, business first, pleasure last. That's going to come. And low-key women are like at the bottom of my fucking everything.
Damn.
Like,
say that a better way. This just sounds kind of crazy.
I won't say it a better way because I'm not a people pleaser anymore.
Okay. You're right. Yeah,
but no, yeah.
Sub hoes down. I'm with that. Fuck it.
Business first, man, and pleasure last. And I'm just going in the smallest detail. I'm handling business first, and pleasure gonna be last. So
I was reading a book that what you just said reminded me of. I was reading The Richest Man in Babylon. I listened to it the other day, and he was saying, like, if I commit to a task, I'm doing that task regardless. Mm-hmm. And he simplified it. He was like, if I'm walking over a bridge and there's a bunch of pebbles, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna throw 1 pebble in this in the water every day for a year, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna walk over the bridge and realize I forgot to throw a pebble and say, you know what, I'm gonna throw 2 pebbles tomorrow.
Facts.
No, I'm gonna retrace my steps. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna throw the fucking pebble in the water. Mm-hmm. And I'm also not gonna get through half of the year and be like, why the fuck did you start throwing pebbles in the water in the first place? This shit's stupid. It's not doing nothing for your life. There's no progress in this. And say, you know what, fuck it. Let me just throw a bunch of pebbles in there right now just to make up for the rest of the year. It's like, no, I'm gonna finish the task that I set out to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think the pebble in the water thing simplified it a lot, but we do that in so many, like, we give up on so many plans before they even have time to hatch, and we talked about that a couple episodes ago.
And business, you just reminded me of an example. What I'm gonna do: business first, pleasure last. Like I committed to reading the Bible, the entire Bible. It's like on the Bible app. There's a chronological plan where it'll give you, I think on average, maybe like 3 sections of the Bible to read, but it's in chronological order. And I'm reading the whole Bible this year, but I'm gonna do that shit first thing in the morning. Yeah, like there ain't no, especially scroll. Everybody do this. We'll get up.
Be on this bitch like Maciano. Like
hey, I can't wait.
Chapter 14, verse 3 said. Reverend Jones gonna be a motherfucker.
Hey,
I'm monster.
I'm excited about it. No lie, I'm excited about it. But that made me lose my train of thought.
This nigga might quit the pod.
You know what? In Gatlin's 24/7, it's a podcast and it's against, you know.
Peter said Roses is alive.
That's funny as shit. But nah, though, you know what I'm saying? So business first, pleasure last. Like we all do this. We'll wake up, I scroll Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I just won't go right into productivity when I wake up. Lately I have been slacking off. You know what I'm saying? I wake up, I'm scrolling. Why don't I go make my breakfast? Why don't I put on an audiobook or something? Like it's just been a little distracting. Yeah. Give you an example just to be transparent. If I wake up at 6 o'clock, I hate to say this, I fuck around, won't be productive until like 7:30. Like what am I doing?
I've been slacking lately too. I'm not gonna lie.
Like what am I doing with my time? Too. So business first and pleasure last, man. Yeah. Law number 2, do the math. Do the math. And what do I mean by that is that's related to frivolous spending, impulsive spending. I'm not calculating what things are costing me, whether that is time, whether that's energy, whether that's making commitments impulsively, because I have a trait of people pleasing. I'm going to say that sounds way better. I have a trait of people pleasing. I'm not a people pleaser. I just have traits of it. Why are you laughing?
However you want to put it, brother.
Let me cook. My therapist had pointed that out. You know what I'm saying? Like you have traits of people pleasing or whatever the case may be. So that me not doing the math is you asking me to do something. Oh, can we go do this or can you help me with this? And impulsively, yeah, for sure. Because
do that shit every single time.
You know what I'm saying?
Then the day come and they be like, I got like 7 things to do.
Bruh, I didn't do the math.
Yeah.
I didn't think about how many hours it was going to take me out of the day. I didn't think about the time it was going to take me to get there, the time it's going to take me to get back. What do I have to do after I fulfilled my commitment to you? You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I do the math in those things, number one is going to make my life less stressful. And that's the most important thing. And number two, I can, in a financial aspect, I'm going to save money. Give you an example of doing the math is you meet a fine ass girl. You know what I'm saying? She with you. You know what I'm saying? She rocking or whatever. And we should go do this. Boom. Yeah, for sure. Bad. When you free? Boom. You didn't do the math.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How much is this night gonna cost you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as time goes, you know what I'm saying? Especially the date, the money, all of this, and you're going to probably end up taking away from some shit that you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you didn't do the math.
Well, you triple book yourself. You got 3 dates you're supposed to go on today. Well, you might got 1 date and 2 chicks you're supposed to hit today. And now you're just all fucked up.
It's all fucked up, man. So we gonna do the math in all aspects, financially, with your responsibilities, with your commitments you give out. Just sit back, do the math, and put yourself first. That's law number 2. And law number 3, don't be hold, no people pleasing.
Oh shit, this gonna be a tough one for me.
Hey, nigga, me too. So no people pleasing, man. I with people who I care about, with people who I like, I find myself, saying yes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I will inconvenience myself to put you in a better position. I will inconvenience myself so you feel better. So your situation is more convenient. You know what I'm saying? And that's been a problem for years. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it no more.
My therapist told me if you say no, they're gonna figure it out anyway.
And I and the thing is, I don't be wanting to say no. Yeah. I look out for other people, and I just think honestly, low key, when you think about it, being a man, you can almost associate people pleasing with being a man because we put others first.
I was gonna say, is it a part of toxic masculinity to have some of your value be based on how reliable you are for other people?
That's a great fucking question.
Because I really value that about myself. How
that you're there for people.
That I'm there for people and that people feel that way about me. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's inconvenient to me, I value that people feel like I know I can call this nigga.
Right. It's a good feeling to be reliable. Yeah. I think that's a great trait to be a husband too. You know what I'm saying? If you're not reliable, that's a strong thing that you're missing as a man. You know what I'm saying? So where's the line from, okay, I'm reliable versus this is inconveniencing me. This is actually hurting me. Yeah.
I guess the whole world needs to feel that way about you, just your inner circle.
Yeah. It ain't about everybody else, just who you hold close to you. So this year I'm saying no a lot, man.
Yeah.
A lot. Like I got to.
I think that another big thing that makes it difficult is keeping your word. I think the thing that makes keeping your word easier is making less promises.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think what makes it hard to keep your word sometimes is that you said yes to so much shit and now you gotta da-da-da. So just like not saying yes to shit makes it easier. So it's like you have just less obligations to fulfill.
100%. And I want to say I do a good job in not giving out like my word. You know what I'm saying? For real. I don't do that a lot. So when I do say it, especially, okay, so it's a difference between, it's two ways you can, give your word. I can tell you, hey, I'm gonna do this, and just without me saying I give you my word, I said it, so I got to do it. So how I do it, I'll say it like that, and I'll also say flat out, I give you my word. I'll say those words, and low key, they both hold the same weight. But for some reason, me saying that is I'm gonna do it regardless, but I'm gonna do it hell or high water. I mean, it ain't gonna be you can count on that for real. Yeah. Like my fucking pinky got chopped off. I'm gonna show up for you same day. You know what I'm saying? Because if I say I give you my word or whatever the case may be. Right. So we gotta stop the people pleasing, man. All right, law number 4: stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. What does that mean? So for me, staying in my lane is I know what I'm supposed to be spending this year. I know where I can go. I know what I can't do. And I'm not going to let external factors, opportunities present themselves to put me in a position to where I leave my lane. To give you an example, let's just say I know my lane. This is what I'm spending this month. This is what I can do. This is my wiggle room. And a close friend's birthday party comes up, you know, and it's going to derail me from my lane.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to miss your shit this year, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have to miss out. You know, that's not my lane. If I get off the exit too early, don't you know, perfect example. You ever been on the E-way and you got off and you probably wasn't supposed to, and it added an extra 30 minutes to your fucking route? That's exactly what happens in life. And we just don't see it that way. Yeah. You know, you make a decision that takes you off your path and you figure, I just do what I'll do it later. I'll
make it back.
I'll make it back.
Fuck it.
And low key, you don't see the time going up. How much this is going?
Hookah bar, nightcap, and tacos with these hoes. I'll make it back. Fuck it.
Hey, if we could have a numeric, just to show exactly, that's how on GPS. Like if you get off, it's gonna instantly tell you just added 30 minutes to your route. What if when we spent money on women, and like it tells us like, oh yeah, now it's gonna take you extra 3 months to hit your goal.
And indirectly, you know, some of the apps that the budgeting apps, when you put it on there and say, you want to save this much by this time, it tells you how long you got left to your goal, and if you miss it, then obviously the day goes back. So it kind of, you kind of could get that a little bit, but it ain't gonna be tied directly to women. That would be nice though.
That would be fire. Like
they gotta add that to ChatGPT.
For sure. Hey, ChatGPT, I was supposed to save $10,000 by X date. I just took Shorty out and we spent $350. How long is it gonna take me based off my patterns before I save that $10,000? That shit gonna respond back. You've added an extra 6 months. Like fuck.
Imagine you put the hookah bar on your GPS and GPT pop up like, Reggie, are you going on a date? Shut the fuck up.
Hey, that's funny. Hey, we fuck around just gave somebody an idea. You know what I'm saying? We should trademark that shit. And then law number 5 is pay yourself first. I know we've all heard that before, but I made a commitment this year to any type of money that I get, it's going to go to me. And we actually both got to do it. You probably still, I don't know if you still got it. You still got that savings account that's like kind of far away or some shit? Okay, we need to both go do that.
I mean, I was gonna do that again, but I just put it in VOO.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was one of my second thing. If we know if it's not a savings account like that, I feel like putting it in, you know, Bitcoin or whatever else we're gonna invest in, because obviously you can't touch it then. But the discipline and the law is just pay yourself first. It's been so many times, and it's so what's easy to do is also easy not to do. You know what I'm saying? And low key, I'd be hating if a bill come out when I get paid and they got that money first. Like, I want to give it to me first. You know what I'm saying? So just a lot that I'm sticking to this year is no matter, I don't care if I get a $50 refund, I'm paying me first. I'm putting $5 into that, you know what I'm saying, thing. And I feel like throughout the year, and we remember we was talking about just Bitcoin, and I had learned this obviously through social media, following that guy Chris. He said in the January of 2024, Bitcoin was $43,000, and at the end of 2024, it was like left at 93,000. So whatever you would have put in there would have doubled. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we could start now just chipping away. If you get $100 check, you know what I'm saying, throw $20 in Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? And that's my focus, Bitcoin, low key. So just paying myself first is the discipline and the law. And so those are my 5 laws, man.
For sure. Let's get started on my shit, man. All right. Eating that now. All right, this is my first one. My first one is to be intentional with women. And the reason why I say that and what I mean by that is knowing, I'm not saying that you gotta, every time you date a woman, you gotta be willing to marry her, you looking for a relationship or whatever, but knowing what you want from that woman or figuring it out within the first 2 weeks of dating her, right? Not being confused about it, not letting her be confused about it. So if you dating her and it started off like, hey, you just open to whatever. She look good to you. She cool. She got a nice personality. If it go relationship or not, cool. But if 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, you notice like, this is not a relationship type situation. Verbalize that. Like, don't just let her still think that it's up in the air and y'all might end up together, and you know damn well y'all not gonna end up together, right? Another thing I want to say about, actually, you got something you want to say.
Just talk about it.
Like burning a hole in your pocket.
So, you just said that law, be intentional and everything. But you have a problem with doing that.
I do.
Yeah. It's like, why though? I know why. We talked about it on live, but I'm just, for the pod and shit. Like, why is it hard to, because I think you said that one of the hardest things you was doing, because nothing was wrong with this girl.
Yeah,
like,
she's doing everything right.
Everything right, cool. But it's like internally you want to like, hey, I already know this ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Versus just kind of letting it string on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. Because I think it's difficult because she's also not verbalizing, hey, I want a relationship right now. But I know it. I know it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how that shit be. Like a lot of chicks got pride and shit too. So she not just finna crash out. Like, and if you ask, it's so many women who I be dating, I ask like, what do you want? Like, you looking for a relationship? No, I'm not really looking for a relationship. Woo, woo. But it's like, gee, yes, you are.
3 months go
like,
by. What is this?
You are. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I was to tell you, I don't want nothing or whatever, it's like, oh, and I said that I felt this way, but and I didn't know what you was on. And so just being intentional and checking in and letting somebody know exactly how you feel. And like I say, it's difficult for me just because that people pleasing shit. And I want to be the bad guy and I want to hurt nobody's feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it. That's what, yeah.
What's up?
It's with not wanting to be the bad guy. I think I forgot to put it in my notes. This year, and it can kind of tie into a law. You could put that next to people pleasing, but be okay with being the quote unquote bad guy.
Yeah. Be okay with being a bad guy for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. We gotta be a villain sometimes,
Yeah.
But staying on that to an extent, it's something that I'm gonna admit that I used to do to women. This is probably some of the most devilish shit that I used to do to women.
I saw that in parentheses. I was waiting for this.
This is some of the most devilish shit I used to do to women. Is dating a woman, knowing that whether I like her or not, I want to have sex with her as fast as possible. But if she allows me to, then I'm putting her in a category like, oh, you not getting a relationship, you a hoe, I'm not fucking with you.
When was this? Why you okay? Edit this out.
What?
No, I was joking.
No. I feel like that's very common. I feel like niggas do it all the time. But the reason why I say it's devilish is because literally the devil is this figure who tries to entice you with everything you like and get you to do wrong and then punish you for it by sending you to hell forever, right? So like you do what he wanted you to do and he punished you for doing what he wanted you to do. So as a guy, I'm showing up in this girl life with the flowers. I'm opening doors. I'm literally the devil. I'm opening doors. I'm doing everything that I know that you like. And these are all basic things I'm naming, but I know niggas don't do it. So I'm doing it in abundance. And the crazy part is I might like you. I might not, but I'm still doing these things. And I want to have sex with you as fast as possible. If you let me, then I turn around and say, you know what? That's what I wanted, but I can't fuck with you no more. Oh, I can't fuck with you. I can't take you serious. I can't, this is not going to go far because you let me have sex with you too fast, right? That's how I used to be. That's how I used to look at situations.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's just a devilish thing to do. I think a devil is literally a devaluer, somebody who devalues somebody. Because when you have that mindset, you have that mentality, you're not just saying, oh, this girl a hoe. You saying like she don't deserve commitment, relationship, respect, value, none of that shit. It's like, oh, you pushing her all the way to the side in all categories.
Yeah.
And like I say, a devil is just, it's a devaluer. And the thing is, you might have done this to a woman who don't even move like that for real. She just got through fucking with 3 fucked up niggas in a row. You know what I'm saying? You didn't came through acting right. She didn't let her guard down and say, you know what? I don't even really rock like this for real, but I fuck with this dude. And she let you hit.
Damn.
And you say, oh, nah, it's over with. Like, she going. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And I don't move like that no more, but everybody that's listening, young niggas, whatever the case may be, because that's how most guys think. That's how most guys move. Like, if she let me smash on the first date, I ain't really fucking with her and shit like that. But it's like you doing everything to get her to do it, though. You know what I'm saying? So That's my first law. Just being more intentional and not just being on some fuck shit, basically.
And just devil's advocate with that. It really, for me, it's really gonna depend on if I like you. And I know that sounds so plain, so cliche or whatever. But if I like you and I'm excited about getting to know you, and I'm excited about, and if I've already romanticized us, if I hit tonight, I'm still on your ass tomorrow.
I mean, at this point in life, At this age, at this level of maturity, yes.
Back then, okay, cool.
Back then, we was younger,
for sure.
And there's some guys who still move like that. There's some guys that's still like, I actually deleted Facebook off my phone today. But it's some guys that still move like that, and even we see those conversations still going on with niggas our age. Like,
I think that's the red pill goes. Oh, if she let you do this,
for sure. My second thing is only deal with people who fit your program and dismiss whoever doesn't, right? So the way this relates to me, bro, I might had a goal, a financial goal, a plan, whatever the case may be, and I'm saving what I'm supposed to save, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I meet a chick, we start dating, I'm feeling that I like her. Now, I'm not saying I'm going broke for a chick at all. It's like my bills paid, everything's still good. But that surplus of money that I have that's supposed to be going towards rehabbing a house, that was supposed to be going towards saving up, making this play, I'm dipping into all of that money, spending it, traveling, trips, this, that, da. Now, of course, the thing is, she don't know this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She don't know that I'm fucking my plans up, fucking my budget up, and none of that. All she see is she getting the shit that she want, and I'm still stable. I'm still financially sound, so it's cool. But in reality, when that situation don't work out, motherfucker be salty. Like, damn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the type of nigga that's gonna verbally blame somebody else or even mentally blame somebody else, because it's like I know that was my decision. But a lot of times when you hear guys, oh man, I bought you this, I did this, I did that, it's like you really salty because you made sure she was straight and got what she wanted, and you ain't make sure you was straight. You know what I'm saying? And now the situation didn't work out, and you feel played. But it's like, you played yourself. You know what I'm saying? I've played myself enough times to know 2025 and beyond.
Fuck that.
This is my program. My program is my program. I'm single. I don't have nobody. I'm setting my program the way I want it. I'm only fucking with people who fit into that. So if you a chick who like, hey, I want to go on a trip for my birthday, and if your birthday in August, and I meet you in January, and you feel like, nigga, we supposed to go on this trip, if that don't fit my plan, and it might not, but if it don't fit my plan, I'm not doing it. And if that's a problem, then we just can't do it. I'm not compromising the plan. You know what I'm saying? I used to compromise the plan. And yeah, man, it's just like having rules around your dating.
Low key, that's a double-edged sword. You know, it's definitely honorable or whatever. And I feel like women, let's just say you meet a girl, right? And you flat out lay like, look, sweetie, this my program, this what I'm on this year, this what I'm trying to do, etc. In that moment, she gonna look at you like, man, this nigga is disciplined. I like this. Woo. Yeah. Like, fuck yeah, nah, I'm rocking with you.
Yeah.
And then as time go on, and you really we not going on dates. We not doing this, doing that. Yeah. I feel like it can come back up on her end. Like, oh, I ain't really feeling this. That's, she'll forget about how she felt when you first said that shit.
Cool, and you gotta be willing to let a motherfucker walk out the door. Because at the end of the day, it's like if you with me, if we together, we end up together, you're gonna benefit from this plan too. Yeah. So if you can't respect it, if you can't roll with it, then you just can't roll with it, man. It is what it is, man. Like, this finances and dating shit, it get crazy. And it's like, it's not even a thing to where like we wouldn't be going on dates. It's not like my finances is that tight to where we can't go on a date. But it's just certain shit that could happen that's probably not gonna happen. I could go on a trip and shit like that, but it ain't gonna be like 2-3 trips this year. None of that shit. I'm locked the fuck in. I'm not doing all that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I was just talking to a young lady and I asked her, if a nigga told you like we could either have a wedding or I'll build you a house from the ground up, which one would you pick? And I asked a few women that, and one of them was like both. Like, I'm not going, I need both. And one of them said, I think everybody else who I asked said a house. To be honest, if I asked a woman that and she picked a wedding, I'll probably start talking to her.
I wouldn't even want to get married no more. I see where your head at.
Yeah, I'll probably start talking to her. Like,
that's a huge red flag, low key.
Yeah. Sure.
What it says is you, and I could be projecting on y'all, but I don't care. What it says is you more so worried about how it looks. You know what I'm saying? You more so like the attention from a wedding, the aesthetics of a wedding. Like people, like the saying, women people like weddings, not marriage.
Yeah.
Type shit. So I feel like you more so focused on the wedding versus the marriage. Like if your brain don't tell you, you know what I'm saying, to choose the house,
Yeah.
I see where your focus is at.
Man, two of my frat brothers, shout out to them. They both just got married at the courthouse, and they both big time engineers in Texas. One of them just got 2 houses built from the ground up in Texas. You know what I'm saying? And fool did the courthouse wedding. He like, man, I ain't spending no 40 bands on no fucking wedding, man. We up, like we good, like you know what I'm saying? Like so, I don't know. I ain't saying that nobody wrong for wanting what they want, but
you gotta find a nigga who's
the program,
whose program that is.
Yep. Yeah, what's the program? That's all, man. Even smaller shit than that though. Like it was a chick who I bumped into, who motherfuckers was interested. I don't like texting a lot and shit like that. So and she was terrible at texting anyway. She'd text like not text back. She'd text like 3 hours later, text back the next day. I'm just like, hey, look, you suck at texting. I don't like texting anyway. Call me when you got time. Like that's it. That's all. And through text before that, she was like, oh, I got some free time. Ooh, I want to see. I'm like, all right, we can go do some food and drinks Thursday. And then I was like, but I told her like, just hit me up when you got some free time. Text me again. Ooh, I'm like, hey, that's when I said for the second time, like, hey, you suck at texting. Just call me when you can. Never call me. Thursday roll around. I'm not taking you nowhere. Yeah. Like, cause that's like a dating rule for me. Like if you can't make time to call me, to communicate, to reach out, I'm not gonna do everything that come with a date. Yeah. Like I'm just not doing that. It's just so to the guys that's listening out there, you need to have dates. I mean, you need to have rules around like and regulations around how you deal with people and what you expect, and not walking into situations feeling like, oh, shorty look good, I'm gonna do whatever it take to get in front of her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, G, like it got to be some level of reciprocity, and a phone call ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, then it's a wrap. Yeah. So have rules and regulations around dating, man. The next one, the third one for me is be a father and not a friend. And when I say that, you know, especially in our culture, like, oh, I ain't your friend. Ooh, it's like, it's almost like a mean thing, like a mean-spirited thing to say. And I'm not saying that because shit, being a father is being loving, being caring, being understanding, listening, things like having fun with your kids and things like that. So it can almost feel like, you know, we cool, but it's still having that hard line in the sand, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to holding your son or your daughter accountable, because you're doing them a disservice if you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you giving your kid the guidance, you're giving them the resources to get done the things that they need to get done or to make the right decisions, and they make the wrong decision, that's absolutely fine. But at the end of the day, you're doing them a disservice if you're not holding them accountable for making the wrong decisions, because you're making it okay to make the wrong decisions. You're making it okay to, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you're not, it's like you either declining something or accepting it. There's no in between. You know what I'm saying? So being a father, not a friend, is just all about shit. Holding your kid accountable for whatever is going on. My fourth law is, oh, you told me to change this one, but I didn't.
You didn't change it?
My fourth law is just around being a community leader, man, and help out transitioning teens as much as you can, guys that's leaving high school. So as much as you can, you know, if you got a young guy in your family that's a senior in high school, in a community, somebody you know senior in high school, as a man working with them, making sure that they have a post-secondary option, whatever that is. So when I say making sure, I mean dead ass, like making sure, like on their ass, did you apply for college? Did you apply for trade school? Let me take you up here to this trade school and let's see what the, you know what I'm saying, what the policies is so we can apply, whatever the case may be. They'll forever be grateful for you, but that's also something that's just something small you could do to really, really help the community. That we all know that transition point between high school and whatever you're finna do next is just a pivotal point in your life, man. If you make the wrong move, it could take forever to come back from that. If you make the right move, you could be set up for life. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of guys slip through the cracks because that's the first time in life where you don't have to do nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like your whole life you had to go to school. It never felt like an option unless you was just in a crazy ass then a DCFS type situation. Other than that, to everybody else, school don't feel like an option ever. You got to go to school. You know, after 8th grade you going to high school. It's no right. After high school, it's kind of like motherfuckers like looking at you like, what you finna do? This the first time in life you don't gotta do shit. Yeah. You don't gotta get a job. You don't gotta go to college. You don't gotta go to trade school. it's up to you. And most of us aren't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you don't have that parent who is in your ear with a plan for you, you don't have that parent who really pushing you one way or another, and they just like, I'll figure it out. You know, sometimes you got to step in and be like, hey, bro, this how much money electricians make. Let's go see what this is about. This how much money this person. You don't know what you finna do? All right, we finna go do this. Until you find out what you finna do. I tell young guys that's coming out of high school all the time, like, all right, bro, you don't want to go to trade school. That's cool, but you don't got shit else going on. It's going to be a lot easier to figure it out with a pocket full of money than you being broke. You know what I'm saying? So nigga be, I might want to start a clothing line. I might want to do that. How much money you got right now to start a clothing line?
Right.
You finna, Christmas finna pass, you finna get $200 and go buy 5 t-shirts and hope you sell them so you can go buy 12 t-shirts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, nigga, fuck that. Go to trade school. Mm-hmm. You still stay at your mama house. You finna come out this bitch making like $70,000.
For sure.
It's easy for you to run up $10,000 and start a fucking clothing line, or $15,000 start a clothing line, versus you broke as hell right now trying to figure this shit out.
Skills pay the bills, man.
5 t-shirts. So, that's an important one. And then my last one is create a plan for every goal you have, man. A goal without a plan is just a wish. You know, I talk to people all the time. What's your New Year's resolution? What's your goals for the year? Whatever the case may be. Oh, I want to, you know, I'm going to double my salary this year. How you going to do it? I don't know. I'm going to try to go for a promotion, or if I don't go for a promotion, I might get a second job. Like, no, what are you going to do? Mm-hmm. Like, what's the plan? Like, you kind of hoping this shit happen. You kind of like, it might be this, it might be that. Like, nah, what's the plan? You know what I'm saying? So map that shit out and you know.
It was like shorty on when we was on live TikTok, and I asked her like, what's our resolutions? And she was like, save more. Yeah. I'm like, put a number on that.
Yeah, like shorty was like, I'm saving $10,000 a year.
Yeah, one of the girls was like, yeah, she gave a number, and the other one was, I'm gonna save more. Nah, you gotta make it specific.
It gotta be specific. It gotta be attainable. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got though.
For sure. MP?
Yep.
All right, so I'm it's funny I had mentioned be okay with being a bad guy, because that's what MP is. So this year, if you like us and you're people pleasers, it's not like an ad. If you're like us, yeah. But if you like us and you struggle with the trait of people pleasing, for this year, be okay with being a bad guy. And I sat and I thought I sat with that. And most times I'm not. Like, I kind of value people's perception of me, but not in like a vain type way. Like, I like the fact that people look at me and as integral, as reliable and stuff like that. And I like how people look at me as like respectable and all of this. Like, I like it because that's the standard I set for myself. That's how I want you to see me. Yeah. So how I got to be okay with being a bad guy is I have to accept whatever picture you're going to paint of me after I don't meet your need. Mm. You know what I'm saying? And that could be tough. I remember for the first time, and I don't even know, this year my character had got like insulted or
shitted on.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, assassinated. My character got assassinated or whatnot, and that was the only space to whereas I was gonna go correct that. Like this year, I don't give a fuck what nobody think of me. Like, you could be, that thing ain't shit. He this, that. I don't give a fuck. But I would protect, you know what I'm saying, just my name and my character. But other than that, just be okay with being a bad guy. You're not the bad guy. You got to be, everybody's a villain in somebody's story. Mm-hmm. And the upside to that is when you are okay with being a bad guy, like, that usually benefits you. Yeah. But when you're worried about how other people view you, and you usually get the short end of the stick of that because you gave up something. You gave up your time. You gave up your resource. You gave up your money. Yeah. Whatever the case may be. So if you're okay with being a bad guy, you're going to preserve a lot of your energy. You're going to preserve your time. You're going to have more peace of mind. And you're going to be focused longer. So, yeah.
Shout out to that, man. You got to be okay with being a bad guy, being a villain. Like the Dark Knight. I think that was the dopest part about Batman, is that nigga was willing to be hated for the better good of
I used to be like, nigga, you don't have to do this shit.
Yeah, but he did to save Gotham.
Right, funny ass.
For real. Hey, so my advice for boy moms is this. Detach yourself from the outcome. Don't beat yourself up, man. My method to parenting is always resources, guidance, and consequences. Whatever your approach to parenting is, your child is always going to make their own decisions. A lot of times we have this idea that if a child does the wrong thing, it has everything to do with the parents. And in some cases it does. Don't get me wrong. Kids go through things and they get influenced, whatever the case may be. But it's not all on you. Kids aren't like products in a factory where if you do this exact same way, every kid is going to come out the same if you treat them like this. That doesn't happen. And the reason it doesn't happen like that is because the influences pressed upon them are unlimited and they come from so many different directions. I was watching a film the other day and this guy was like, man, my daughter, you know, she is super successful. She's a lawyer. She's this, she's that. And my son is just like on some thug shit, but I raised them the exact same way. There's no such thing as raising two kids the same way. You could have two twin brothers who are like, let's say paternal twins. And one of them is more conventionally attractive than the other one. So when they go to school, all the girls is, oh, he the ugly twin and this and that. And now he jealous of his brother and that affects their whole childhood. Somebody could be the younger brother and you feel like you raising both your sons the same. But the younger one never learned how to stand up for himself because the older one is so overprotective and they end up just walking two different paths in life based on their personality types. So I say all this to say that you, as much, no matter how great of a parent you are, no matter how great of resources and guidance that you give, your kids are always going to make their own decisions. So don't be discouraged or beat yourself up too much when you feel like, damn, I'm doing everything and he's still acting up. I'm doing everything and his grade's still bad. I'm doing everything. I put him in tutoring. I did this, I did that. I ain't saying stop trying. I ain't saying that. But you also have to understand that there are other factors being pressed upon your child and it's not just you and your effort that's going into him or her. So detach yourself from the outcome. Care about your kid. Want the best for them. Do the best for them. But understand that it's not just you. You know what I mean? So
that reminded me, there was a time when Trey was kind of like fucking up and I felt the same way. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, nigga, if you grow up to be a asshole or just a failure, nigga, I'm not gonna give a fuck. I did everything. I know I did my job. That's why I'm making sure I'm crossing my T's, dotting my I's. So as if you grow up to be this fucked up human being, I'm not going to feel no way about it. 'Cause I know what I did. I know how I put you in position. You just your own individual. You are a human fucking being. Yeah. Like, regardless of what I've taught you, whatever the case may be, as an individual, you can choose to disregard all that shit and go on a whole nother path, and absolutely, I'm gonna be just fine.
Yeah, it's like we can't, bro, because you can instill confidence in your kid, and they could be going to school and got a bogus, mean ass teacher that's making them feel like shit and calling all the kids names and making them feel like they slow, and you wondering why your kid's confidence not where you feel like it should be based on what you're doing. There's too many factors that play a role in a human's life for you to feel like their success is all on you or their failures are all on you. Like it's not all on you either way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's all we got for y'all today, man. Chasing anything in life, make sure that you doing your best. Keep your foot on the gas. Decide, plan, sacrifices. 2025, man.
Shoot.
So, all right, BTS.
Did you fart?
I did. It's